What's up, legends? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today what I want to talk about is how to lose fat doing F45 training. Now F45 training has been designed very specifically in terms of the training, the nutrition, also all the technology around it for two specific purposes. Number one, increasing your fitness levels, and number two, getting you a better body composition. Now within your body composition there is both an increase in terms of your muscle mass, but also a decrease in terms of your body fat percentage. This video is going to be focused specifically on decreasing your body fat percentage and also tricks and tips you can use within your F45 studio in order to get the best bang for buck, in other words, the best outcome from your training. Now, there are numerous reasons why you sign up to any gym for that matter. There is the community element, there's having fun, there's better for your mental health, but probably the main reason why most people sign up to any gym program is to lose body fat. Now, there are a range of ways in which you can decrease your body fat percentage, particularly within F45 studios. So I'm talking about the best way to get it and the best way to target it so you can get the best results within your training. Now, when we're talking about improved body composition, we want to talk about not just getting it off, but keeping it off as well, because it's really important you get into a good lifestyle. So we're going to be talking about some of the techniques when it comes to maximizing your training and also your nutrition using the program, but also in how you develop it within your lifestyle, because that's really key to long-term success. All right, so I'm going to jump straight into this one. So my first tip is follow the training program. I know this sounds really silly, but F45 training have alternating days of cardio and strength, cardio strength. It is super crucial that you get yourself to those days equally as best as you can. You want a hybrid of cardio and strength days, even if your main goal or your only goal is to lose body fat. I'll explain why. A lot of people, when it comes to trying to lose weight, they think cardio, high heart rate, burn calories, get yourself in a calorie deficit, lose those kilos. That isn't the wrong way of thinking. Having said that, if you add strength training in there, you are going to amplify your results. When you do strength training and say you're going heavy, you break down muscle fibers. This is really good. When you leave the gym, you're actually going to burn more calories in the day because your body is trying to recover. When you're doing this as well, again, it increases your metabolic rate, which is effectively how many calories you burn throughout a day without doing anything. Also, with the recovery process, again, you're going to get the muscle tonality, which is something I'm sure all of you guys want too. Also, if you can increase your muscle mass, you will also be burning more calories throughout the day. The more you weigh, the more calories you burn throughout the day. So if you have more muscle on you, you are again going to get those extra benefits which you wouldn't normally see. In fact, I know a lot of people who just do strength days or just do strength programs to lose body fat. So you can do this, and having the hybrid between the two will again just get you the best results. So follow the training program as best as you can. My second tip is to focus on the high intensity element of the training. I know a lot of people, if their main goal is to lose weight, they'll often do doubles or back-to-backs or try to increase the number of sessions that they do, but I want to really emphasize here, try as best you can to hit every session at 100%, and you shouldn't need to double it up. There's been a lot of research to show that if you do proper HIIT training, in other words, you're completely exhausted and gassed towards the end of the session, you unlock something called EPOC, which is excess post-oxygen consumption. What does this mean? All that means is when you're in a cardio session, let's say you push yourself to your threshold, you're at 100%, you're redlining on the line height. When you finish that session, yes, you might burn however many calories, let's say 500 calories in the session. If you hit your EPOC and you hit that threshold, you're going to be burning a ton of more calories throughout the day as well. Everyone knows what it's like when you finish a session and you've truly gone 100%, because you will feel it. As soon as you start to go about 90% in the session because you're doing back-to-back sessions, it actually removes the benefit you get from true HIIT training. There's been a lot of research, as I said earlier, to 20 to 30 minutes of HIIT training is all you need to really hit a lot of calories burned throughout the day. And if you keep doing that day on day, you are going to get better results, plus you'll keep more muscle mass than if you were doing back-to-backs. I know a lot of people say, yeah, but if I do back-to-backs, I'll be burning more calories, throughout the two sessions as opposed to the one. This is true, but you need to take into account how many calories you burn afterwards. Plus, you need to also take into consideration, if you are doing an hour and a half of training, you're going to start to reduce your muscle mass as well, which, as I explained in point number one, is really key to you guys getting long-term results. My third point is follow the nutrition to a T. Now, when it comes to losing weight, your nutrition is actually more important than the training itself. Yes, the training is super important, but it's what you eat which is really going to give you a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus. So within F45, there is the F45 challenge. This is basically the nutrition plan. They've done 28 challenges now as of this video when I've made it. Within that, there are so many recipes. There is literally hundreds of recipes on there, plus there's a ton of information on there as well. I cannot overemphasize how important nutrition is when it comes to losing weight. Now, the challenge is there for you guys to be able to follow. So that way you've got the program there, you come up to a session, you don't need to think about it. Same with the nutrition. You got your shopping list on the app as well, which you should download, obviously, basically, if you're a member at an F45 studio, in the shopping list, you basically follow what's on there, buy it for the week, and you follow the plan as best as you can. Your nutrition is what will get you results. So training will get you fit and strong, will increase your muscle mass. Your nutrition is what will get you to lose body fat. So I cannot overemphasize how important this is. Now, my fourth point, which is a bit of a follow-on from the first one, is be strict on yourself at the start of every challenge. If you are truly serious about losing body fat percentage, you need to stick to your diet for at least 2 to 3 weeks. At the start of each challenge is ideal, but you can do it at any point, of course. The start of the challenge is a little bit easier because you get your body scans in, you're ready to go, you're in that right frame of mind, and everyone else is doing it as well. Now, why do I say be really strict to 2 or 3 weeks? It takes 21 days to build a habit. When you have your meal plan in front of you or your nutrition in front of you and you start to skip days on week 1 and week 2, you are not going to stick to it for the next 5-6 weeks. It's just not going to happen. It's the way your mentality is. It's not that you lose more weight in the first couple of weeks. It's the fact that once you've done it for, let's say, 2 weeks really strict, you're in a great habit when it comes to your nutrition. It's much easier to follow it on as well. We already know as trainers who are going to be your top 3 or 4 when it comes to the challenge by week 2, which sounds silly, but you can see when people are on that progression and they start to get that trajectory. So plan ahead with your nutrition, because if you don't meal prep, you don't get your recipes beforehand, you don't get your ingredients beforehand, it's going to be very hard when you get to your working week. My recommendation would be to do this on a weekend. And if you can, try to do it earlier on a Sunday, because there are so many people now that do F45 that when you go into the grocery stores, sometimes some ingredients are sold out because so many people are doing the challenge. Get prepared, particularly if you're in a corporate job or you've got a heavy job and you've got kids, a wife, all the rest of it. You need to be prepared when it comes to your nutrition, because let's be honest, health and fitness does become a bit secondary when it comes to your career and also in terms of your life outside of the gym during the work week as well. So if you're prepared up front, you'll be much more likely to stay on track. Give it 2 or 3 weeks, be super strict, don't drink throughout that time as well, be strict on your diet, and you will have a much higher chance of following through. My 5th tip would be work with the trainers. You get access to trainers when you do F45 training, and I'm telling you, as soon as a trainer comes up to us and says, hey Pete, can you push this a little bit harder, or I want to do this, or keep me on track with it all, they will start to focus on you more so than they do already. Obviously the trainers are there to help you guys, and they are running around doing their best, but if you tell them to push them a little bit harder through the session or something like that, they will hone in on you. And I'm telling you, those days where it's a bit colder in the morning, a bit earlier, they will get to you and you'll get better results from it too. Trainers love that. I love that as well. When someone says to me, hey Pete, I'm really keen, I want to win the challenge, or I want to lose X amount of kilos, whatever it is, you start to hone in on them a little bit more as well, and it becomes a bit more of a game, and it's playful for everyone as well. So use the trainers, tell them what you're trying to do, and be upfront with them, and I'm telling you, it will be a lot more fun and you'll get better results. My 6th point would be use the technology as best as you can. Now, F45 training have the line heart, which are the heart rate monitors, and I'm a huge believer that anything you guys can do to increase the output of that session, you should do. I've seen so many people buy the line hearts, they wear them in the studio, and all of a sudden they're 10 minutes and they go, Jesus, I'm only at 60%, and they start to go a little bit faster. That's a win. That means you're getting better results and no one had to do anything for you. You can just see it on the screen as well, so you know whether you're pushing yourself or not. So it's just an extra little bit in place to help you guys get the best results from it. After you leave as well, you'll get the summary from that session. So you can actually see how you've done, how many calories you've burned, and you can compare it week on week. Data is key. What gets measured gets results. So if you guys can stay on top of this one, it will help you guys longer term, so I'd recommend doing that as well. Now, number 7, this one seems pretty obvious, but track your results. Get your body composition scan, because it helps so much. As soon as you get that first scan, even if you're not happy with it, even if you're being reluctant with it, it's going to mean you can see where you've done and you've got a goal to hit. No one is as competitive as you are to yourself. You know you can beat yourself. Everyone does. Everyone knows they can beat themselves because they've done it before. It's just an extra 1, 2, 5, or 10%. As soon as you get the body scan at the start, you then got a starting point. Once you start to get some results from there, again, you're going to build momentum from this one as well. And after the challenge, you get your end results. You might have lost 3, 4, 5 kilos, whatever it is, and all of a sudden you're starting to build momentum because you can see it. What gets measured gets results. So you need to get this in. Plus you can see your muscle mass in this as well. It gives you a much better breakdown of your body, and again, data is key and it will only help you out. Number 8, I would say, is maximize each session. Now, I've done videos on how to get the most out of your cardio days and how to get the most out of your strength days as well. They're 2 separate videos. If you want, go have a watch of that one as well, but they're very different in the way that you approach it. But I'm going to break it down really simply. But if you want more detail, again, please go to those videos. I'll pop the link down below as well. On your cardio days, you're trying to get your heart rate up, you're trying to get everything moving, you're trying to burn as many calories as you can. So Lionheart's really important. You want to get that sweat on, you want to keep moving a little bit lighter. On your strength days, you want to go heavy, you want to reverse pyramid. In other words, say you got 4 sets on a station, you want to start heavy and go lighter, even if your goal is to lose body fat. I'm telling you, it is the way to go. You do not reduce your weights, in other words, you don't reduce the weight that you lift because you're trying to lose weight. That's a bit of a fallacy. It's not true. You want to go heavy even in that case as well. So maximize your training days. Now the 9th point, which is my last one, is get involved within your community. The more you get involved with your community, the more you get engaged within your studio, the more you want to come. And if you want to come, you are going to be coming more, which gets better results. Plus, it makes it a ton more fun. It makes it way more sustainable in the long term as well. So get involved in your community, get involved in the online community as well. Obviously, myself, I'm on Instagram, all the rest of them. We're all having a bit of banter between each other. We're all trying to push each other, put some videos up, all the rest of it. That's fun and it keeps you engaged and it gets you better results. Again, the more engaged you are in a fitness community within your studio and the global community, the better your results are going to be because you are a part of it. It's a very welcoming place as well. So do that as best you can. And that's it, guys. That's my top tips for how to lose fat doing F45 training. If you like this video, please subscribe down below. I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you so much. I hope you guys continue to smash your training each and every day. Keep pushing each other and let's get the best results that we can. Thanks, guys.